So yes, I'm part of the Mint team. So I've got my own business, Moira Barnes Sales Consultancy, and I've positioned my banner so appallingly behind me you can't actually see any information on that, so it doesn't matter anyway. I'm part of the Mint. Hi Sarah. Hi Sarah Louise. Part of the Mint steering group, and I am kind of in charge of the selling side of things. So I conducted sales training for all the Mint Business Club members in the month of February. I'm also part of the team recruiting new people to join the Mint Business Club. But also I think I've mentioned before in the last 2 weeks, is that we've also recognised that during this very crazy, unprecedented times, that we are also wanting to help the wider Mint community. So those of you that are part of the business support from Mint Business Club, and there is about 1,700 of you. So we haven't got 1,700 on today. Hello, Nicola Jane Little. Yes, apologies, I was a little bit late. So we haven't got quite 1,700 people on there, but we have got some people watching, and I'm hoping that this is going to be useful for you. So we've decided that Monday nights are going to be a regular input from me, so about selling. So please, if there's something burning, a selling question or desire that you want me to cover, then let me know, and I can make sure that I cover that off next Monday, which it will be Bank Holiday Monday, but I intend to still come along. I'm going to have Friday, Saturday, Sunday, most of Monday off, but next Monday night I'll come live again. So tonight I just thought it would be quite pertinent. There's a challenge that Nicola has set in the Mint members group. Well, actually, if you're watching Nicola's Mint positivity post in the morning that are at 9:35 every morning, she goes live on our the main Mint Business Club page. She's on day 22 of doing her daily posts, so which is superb and amazing, and the fact that she looks so fresh as a daisy and positive every morning at 9:35 is amazing, because I'm usually on the floor recovering from a Joe Wicks workout that my children don't bother doing. They just watch me and their dad do it. So anyway, I want to talk about the customer journey that we have. So the challenge that Nicola's been setting in the group is about updating your social media. We started off with Facebook, but it just got me thinking today about reviewing if your customers, so they are still out there and they might be looking, as we've talked the last 2 weeks, they're going to be wanting to look for anything but information about coronavirus. Yes, there will be elements of the panic is still there and people want to know what they should be doing, but everyone should be staying at home and staying safe. And most people are doing that now, which is wonderful. So the new normal is starting to settle in. So again, that was discussed this morning, is are we now feeling a bit more settled, or are we still riding that roller coaster of emotions, which I think we probably are. It's maybe not as fast as it was, but the new normal is slowly starting to settle in. Hi Anthony, hi Sarah, thank you for watching. Oh, my earrings these are from our lovely Nora Cool. So my lightning strikes for positivity. This is, the action part of selling. So we want to make sure that our customers can find us, because they're going to be looking for us. So what I want to talk about today is how easy is it for your customers to find you. So you've hopefully done some work on your customer personas, and if you've not, and if you'd like me to talk about that in another session, then I'm more than willing to do that. That's not a problem at all. But I've talked in the last couple of weeks about who my customers are and how I target them. So you should make that as an exercise if you haven't done it. But we need to have a think about how they find us. So do they find us at networking events? Well, they're not happening at the moment, but what all the networking groups that you were going to are starting to do now, which is something that we've started to do in the Mint Business Club, is that we are having our networking events online now. So we're doing those, and they've been really successful and they've been really good fun actually. So via Zoom, the wonders of Zoom profits must have gone through the roof in this last few weeks. We are getting together and networking that way. So I know DBN, I'm part of the DBN network as well, and they went online last week and did a networking event last Tuesday. I'm hoping to get on one of those. Again, I missed that one, unfortunately. I'm part of the NatWest Accelerator Hub, and we're networking on a Monday, Wednesday and Thursdays. We're doing that via Zoom as well. So just the networks that you were used to going out to, just go and have a look and see whether they are now conducting online networking, because you've got to just keep in, I've said it before, keeping on the radar of your customers. You want them to see what you're doing. But you need to also think about how they're finding you in other ways. So obviously a lot of activities happening online now. So you need to do a bit of an audit. So social media audit, make sure that your profiles are up to date. So as Nicola has been doing in the main group, has talked about updating our profile pictures, updating our cover pictures on our Facebook pages, updating our About Me story. I did mine yesterday thinking I didn't really need to do it, but actually it was the story that I wrote on the 28th of September in 2018 when I started my business. And whereas the majority of my About Me story hadn't changed, there were elements of it that have progressed and moved on. And so I needed to add those in there. And actually, back when I started my business, I was still feeling not as confident as I am now. That's kind of grown over the last 18 months, 20 months that I've been in my business. So instilling a bit of that confidence in my About Me section was really important. You also need to go through your other profiles. So your LinkedIn profile, Nicola's got a really good sheet that I'll try and fix, or if Nick's still watching, if you can fix that into the feed, that would be really good. That it's just a really good prompt for making sure that you've got your LinkedIn profile set up correctly. So again, making sure you've got an up-to-date photo. LinkedIn's really important to have your face. You can have business LinkedIn pages to have your business logo on there, but for your main profile, have a recent picture of yourself in suitable attire. So this morning, Lucianne Gage gave a talk in the Mint business to the Mint members about personal branding. So your personal branding is just as important as having like your logos done that I've got somewhere behind me. No, that way. Your personal branding is really important. So for me, I kind of like to always make sure I wear red. The gold is a colour that I'm really I love the colour gold. My little boy was telling me that it's his favourite colour is gold as well. So, he's got a good choice there. So personal branding is really, really important as well. Having that professional image rather than you holding a picture of you and your cat on LinkedIn, make sure it's a professional image. Get your banner picture right. So I have on my banner picture on LinkedIn, which I might change, I might not change, but it's currently the awards that I won when I was in my media career. I won various awards, so I want people, when they click onto my profile, to see it straight away. There you go. Nick's just put the LinkedIn checklist up for everybody there. Make sure that your contact details are up to date. So I did a social media audit with again in another Mint members session. We sat down in pairs and looked at each other's social media. So this is something I think is a really good idea to get friends, business friends, close friends that you trust that aren't just going to say, yes, that looks fine. People that will be really honest with you. Get them to have a look at your profile and check that it's got all the right information. Because I found I had my incorrect Twitter account. I think I had my incorrect, so my personal email address. So it's a business profile. I'd rather have my business email address on there. I've now got the correct Twitter handle on there, which had changed. I think, again, it was directing people to my personal Twitter page that I don't even use. And it's now up to date. So that's something that's really good. Instagram, I've just gone into Instagram, done a new post on Instagram and checked, because I was asking people to go and book something. So I needed to check that my profile was correct on there as well. I use something called Campsite Bio. And that is, you only get to have one URL in Instagram, and that takes you through. It's got links to my blog, to my website, to my Facebook page, to my meeting booking section, all things like that. Some people don't like them. So it's Lucinda, it's okay, not a problem to miss the start. I missed the start, I was late, so it's fine. So yeah, some people don't like to use the Campsite Bio, or I can't remember, the Linktree. But you can just have one URL in there. So I have that just so that it can link to lots of different places. I have on my business page, I have got the ability to have a booking link on there, so that is an easy way for people to go through and book. So for instance, at the moment, I have got a workshop coming up at the end of April, and I'm promoting that, and I'm wanting to send people off to book that. And I'm trying to make it as easy as possible. So on my Facebook page, there's a book button on there. On my Instagram feed, there's a book now button on there as well. So I want that all to be really simple. When I do a link in LinkedIn, it links straight through to the booking part of my scheduler, and I use Acuity scheduling. There's lots of different ones out there. There's Appointed, there is Calendarly, lots of different ones. And if you're running an event, you can link your Facebook page to Eventbrite. So that's a possibility as well. But Acuity works really well for me. So it's a bit of a plug for Acuity for me. Takes a bit of the brain work out of having to remember to do everything. So if somebody goes into Acuity, they can see my schedule, see when I'm available. They can book one-to-one slots with me. They can book specific strategy sessions with me. They can book onto my workshops. And then what happens when they book into them is that they get an automatic email to say thank you for the booking. They also have to fill out a little questionnaire. Lucinda, so have you then made a diary note to change everything as soon as you have completed the event? It automatically goes. So once the event's gone, it's not available anymore. So it wouldn't be, people wouldn't be able to book on it. But I've got my next 2 events, because my workshops run once a quarter. So I've had one in January, I've got this one in April, and then I've got one in July, and then in October. So they're all set up already and linked to Acuity. So once people book onto that, they have to fill out a short questionnaire. I think it's got about 5 or 6 questions on it. And it just gives me a bit of insight into what is their sales challenges, what is it that's worrying them, and means that as soon as we get onto our call, rather than me having to do that background work, I've already done it. I've already had a look at what it is that they're struggling with. So if it's something on their website, if it's something about their social media that's not quite working, I can look at that for them and give them some pointers. If it's something about how they're getting seen by people, then when the day before my event, they will get an email reminder that the event is happening at and where. And obviously at the moment, this has all had to be changed and is now running on Google Meet for me. I'm doing Zoom calls for my one-to-one meetings and Google Meet for my workshops. So it sends them an email with that link on, so they can easily click onto that link when the time comes. At the end of the workshop, 24 hours after the workshop's finished, or 24 hours after they've had a meeting with me, they then get another email from me saying thanks very much, hope we covered everything you need. If you need anything else, don't forget to book some more time in with me. Drop me an email, send me a message or call me. And obviously the big thing I always ask on those emails is, can you please leave me a review? So not everybody does, but it's just another example of making sure we can use that content. If we get a review, use that on our social media. So have someone sit down and almost do the whole process. You can give them, so again, for me, for Acuity, if I'm going to get a friend to test it out for me, then I've got a coupon code so they can go through the whole process but not have to pay. So that's the other thing about Acuity for me, is it's linked to Stripe. So it means that the payment is really seamless. So they go through Stripe, they get a receipt from Stripe for their payment. I get a notification that somebody's booked onto my workshop. I don't get paid for I think it's about 5 days before the money drops into my account. But again, it's that I'm trying to make it as seamless as possible for people to book time in with me. Of course, you will get people just contacting you out of the blue saying, can I book some time in with you? And that is where I'm a bit rubbish at doing this, and I need to be better, is I need to send them that link and say, if you want to access my diary, let's do it this way. And then it just makes it all that seamless. And I also recommend that if you are a service-based business, that you do get a payment. If you can get a payment beforehand, whether that's a deposit or whether that's the full payment. So for me, my workshop's a payment in full before the event, because I want to make sure that people are going to turn up on the day. And if they don't turn up on the day, then I've not lost out. Also, that is I make it clear on the emails that is non-refundable and non-transferable. That's another really important part if you're running workshops or events, that you don't want people to just keep thinking, oh, I can't be bothered doing it this month, I'll do it next month, and so think they're going to transfer it to the next month, because it's not going to help with your cash flow. I know Darren was on here a minute ago, so he'll be pleased that I'm talking about keeping an eye on your cash flow. So customer journey, how easy is it that are you making it as easy as possible for your customers to find you? So I've talked obviously very much from my point of view as a service-based business, but what about if you're a product specialist? What about if you sell products? Can people get a link directly if they find you on Facebook? Can they link through to buy products with you straight away? Do they have to go through a very elongated process? Danielle Stanley, I know I talk about Danielle quite a lot in these talks. She's in one of the boot camps she's in the boot camp that I'm in for the Mint Business Club. She's one of my boot camp buddies, and so we have a lot of interaction, and that's really great because that's where we can say, would you mind just checking this for me and see if it works? So there was a landing page that Danielle produced last year for something, and I was very typical me, very impatient, and I just wanted to get to the point where I bought, whereas there was initially she had lots of copy about how wonderful this product is, or where it was, and I just kept saying, where's the buy now button? I want the buy now button, because there will be people out there that are like the slow, I want to find out all the information, get it all collated, and there'll be people like me that have decided already, I want to buy it. I'm very impulsive. If I see something and I like it, I want to buy it, and I want to buy it as quickly as possible before I think about it too much, and then my mind will go, no, but you don't spend that money. I'm the sort of person who's very impulsive in practically everything I do. So you want to cater for both sets of people that are going to be like that. So are you making it really clear how people can buy from you? If you're an online retailer, let's make it easy. Make sure you've got a button on your different profiles that you've got on your website. Make it as clear as possible. Have a call to action on every page of your website. So whether that is buy now, shop with me now, take me to my cart, a call to action that will make it really easy for people to go there. Again, on mine it's like call me, drop me a line, send me a message. There's a call to action on there, and on my blog post at the end of each of my blog posts I'll have a call to action. So I know Louise Heaps talked about this. We ran a lot of content programs ran last week and the week before in the Mint Business Club. So a lot of training about kind of changing up your content, especially with what's going on at the moment. And Louise Heaps talked about blogging and how you need to have a call to action at the end of your blog, and that's really important. Is if somebody gets to the end of your blog, you've held their attention for that long, then why wouldn't you want them to have a really easy way to go and do something, the next stage that they want you to do? So I think that's kind of I've covered off most things there. If there's any questions you've got, then please do ask away now. Lucinda, you really need a call to action at the end of your blogs. It's really important. So whether it's a call to action to go and read another blog, again, if you can link to other blogs that you've written, you want to try and capture that person and keep them engaged with you because you're building that relationship. So this whole customer journey is part of the building relationships with people. So yes, have a call to action. So whether it's, get in touch with me, sign up to my newsletter, have a read. If you like this blog, you might like this blog. So link them back to something else. So you want them to do something with that. Or, it could even be, if you enjoy this blog, would you share it with your network if it's something that you'd like more people to go and to have a look at that. I can't tell you about Squarespace. But see, for me, again, I set up, so my website has been set up by a website designer, and but they have taught me how to add to it myself, so how to add the blog posts, and that is something that my very non-tech brain can work with. So I'm able to update my dogs. My dog is barking in the background. My blogs regularly. In fact, I'm out of sync because I didn't do one in March. So I need to get that up. So that's gone away. And that month obviously passed us by in a bit of a blur, didn't it? So I need to go in and do a new blog post there. So we've got to make sure that the touch points that our customers are going to experience everywhere are really, really important. So the touch points need to be seamless, and we don't want things to be clunky, because if we make things too clunky, we're going to put people off contacting us, getting in touch with us, buying from us, buying products from us, buying services with us. So we need to make those touch points really light and accessible in every area that we can. So even a great thing that Nick was talking about with you, updating your Facebook page by having your logo on your Facebook page, and then if you're in any groups and you comment as your business, then that logo is going to keep popping up, and it just raises that brand awareness with people, and it's a very light touch point. Hi Ian, hi, and so Ian made things very easy for me, so I've just bought a load of cards from Ian. I was very grateful for that, and they're really beautiful cards. So his Facebook page, Instagram, all his touch points outside of his website are great, and then you go into his website and it's very easy to shop on his website. To see the cards, put them into your shopping cart, check out quickly. He's got a fantastic offer code at the moment, which is Hello20, and you get 20% off his cards. His cards are amazing, and they range in about £2, £1.50, and they're really funky designs. So thank you, Ian, for those this morning. That was a nice surprise on my doorstep this morning, and it means that I'm going to make sure all my April birthdays are covered off, which is wonderful. So have somebody sit down, and it can be somebody, ask somebody in the Mint Business Club. We were quite happy to help out in these different scenarios. So if you can get somebody else to look at all those different touch points, get somebody to do either a real sale or a dummy sale, if you can set it up so that they don't have to pay anything, and just get them to be really honest about how seamless it was. My site, I've looked at other sites. Do I come out of Acuity? Do I stay in Acuity? And for me, it's a monthly charge, so I think I pay about £13 a month. But it's worth it, because it's all that automation is set up for me. It's almost a bit of a CRM as well, because it captures all my customers' details. It also asks them at the end of the little questionnaire, do they want to be added to my mailing list? And if it works, it's meant to be automatically added to my mailing list on Mailchimp. Although I'm switching to MailerLite, so that's something I need to look at. So this is why you need to do these audits every now and again and check that everything is okay. So does anybody have any other questions? Lucinda, thank you very much for your questions. Have I missed anything out there? I've kind of really sped through customer journey very quickly tonight, but these are just meant to be like little half-hour slots to help you out with your selling and get you continuing to sell, because that's why we started this, is because there were some people saying, well, I don't really think I should be selling during this time. Obviously, if you've been furloughed, then that sort of thing, you can't really do very much. And I wish there's more that I could do to help you with that. But if you're not furloughed, if you're still working, but you can't get out to your customers, is there a way you can, make that customer journey easy? So again, for me, the fact that I've changed my meetings can be online, my workshops can be online. It's taken me a couple of weeks to get there. I wasn't as quick as some people, but then I had my family to deal with as well, schooling the children. But hopefully I've made it easy. And I did a test run with people last week to check that coming to the workshop was an easy process. And it appears from the feedback that I've had from people that it was an easy process. So I'm just checking through if there's any more questions. Oh, I saw Rachel Locke. I didn't see you were there before, so thank you for coming in. I think that is no more questions. Any more questions? Anybody? Oh, why are you switching from Mailchimp? Well, I don't know, Lucinda, because I was all dead fired up to do MailerLite, because so obviously they've targeted me. Because I'm seeing their ads everywhere. Obviously, they've identified me as a potential customer, and I like their automation process, and it just was a little less clunky than Mailchimp. However, I am now wondering, because I can't get it to link to my Facebook page, and I quite like having that sign up for more sales tips from my Facebook page. So I'm wondering whether I should stick with Mailchimp. that's a personal thing. So it's just, there are other options out there, and I'm terrible. I do like to be different. I like to try different things. So I'm not a big follower of, I don't know. I just like to be awkward, I guess. Is the only way I can say from it. Mailchimp's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. Mailchimp. I was just getting a bit frustrated that I couldn't do all these automations that I wanted to do. But then actually I've got MailerLite and I've only set up 1 or 2 automations. So it was just a personal thing. Mailchimp is brilliant. MailerLite was just another option. I think it's good when there are options out there and people aren't monopolising certain areas. So yeah, so that's why I'm switching from Mailchimp, possibly. So I think, you're welcome, Lucinda. I think my lovely Lucinda is the only one asking me questions. I appreciate everybody coming on, and kind of 8 o'clock on a Monday night. The start of the school Easter holidays haven't really happened here because we are still doing a bit of trying to keep the kids engaged with some work. So I've kind of been in and out of my work today, but I'm looking forward to now going downstairs and having a glass of wine and enjoying my evening. So hopefully you can all do the same as well. Please let people know, business acquaintances that you've got that might not be in this support group, let them know that we exist. I think, Dan, oh my gosh, Dan Bowles, where have you been? We've missed you. Please let people know that we are here, and we're here to help people as much as we can. If you've got any questions, please drop them in the feed. If you want me to, Lisa Johnson, you're doing an amazing session tomorrow with the Mint members, aren't you? On hey, I'm just going, Dan, actually soon. But anyway, it's good to see your little face there. But Lisa Johnson is doing a Amazon session with us tomorrow. So, and from a little snippet she did kind of an insight into what's going on, and Amazon is not just for people who sell products. So I'm really intrigued to watch that training if I get the chance tomorrow. So we've got a whole program of things that we're doing for the Mint members, going on, training every day. We're going to be having My Time networking once a week on a Monday, and we're going to do social media audits for each other on a Friday, and people can dip in and dip out of that if they want to. So that's going to be really useful for people. But for this group, we're here on a Monday night. If you've got, Nick's here every single day doing her positivity posts. But if you've got any specific selling questions, please let us know on here, and I'll try and address them next week. So if it's customer personas that you want to talk about next week, I can do that. But objection handling, what else can we do? Following up, building relationships, asking for the sale, closing a sale down, just ask away, and I'll try and cover that off in different sessions. But I'm going to go now. But yes, Dan Bowles is holding a quiz on Wednesdays at via the old courthouse in Concert that are great fun. I haven't managed to, I've been to them in person, I've not been to one of the virtual ones, so I need to try and get there this week. So I think that's it from me. I'll stop plugging other people and the things that they're doing, but I hope you're all well, and I shall see you next week. Okay, take care guys. Bye.